This is poetry from the Potting Shed, and I wrote this particular poem a year ago during the first lockdown. We're now in our third lockdown here in England, and it's February 2021, and much of this poem still feels true now. It's called Silent Spring. It's been so quiet, the world waiting in a heavy hush, the stock market's chatter slowing, city streets cleared, cars rarely showing, and people venturing out only to forage in shops with slim pickings, or to walk in the rationed outdoors, singly or in pairs, eyeing the wary distance between them and us. Every day there's more news, which we receive mostly from men in sober suits and hopeful ties, which fail to disguise that they are baffled by this new world, where biology trumps economics, where lies serve as counterfeit currency, where political spin cannot turn straw into gold, and where we who watch and listen know them Rumpelstiltskins one and all. It's been so quiet, and at last we can hear the voices of those we should be listening to. The nurse, exhausted after 48 hours of intensive care, weeping into her mobile phone, finding supermarket shelves were bare. The doctors, whose eyes hold every life they've had to weigh today, every choice they will make tomorrow, not even pleading, just telling their truth. We don't have what we need. While the ghosts of their colleagues smile upon us in the news, as each day another healer falls. It's been so quiet for those in solitude, watching the world pass them by. A daughter presses her hand to the care home window glass, while her mother asks, why can't she come in? A whole generation of our elders, whose eyes hold libraries of love stories, whose frail hands carried banners, cradled babies, worked machines in factories, tilled the land and grew food, fought for freedom, raised generation after generation, who voted for equal pay and for a national health service, who danced and sang to loud music and liked a drink or two. It's too easy to be angry, and rage is where I'm tempted to go, because fear is a paralytic and there's so much to do. So many people cut adrift, jobless, waiting in their homes for some glimmer of hope, some promise that this, please, will all be over soon. We're like children, hoping for a happy ending, praying that the wolf won't come to our door. And because it's quieter now, if you listen, you can hear a waking up around the world as people realise that no human is an island. Everything is connected is a lesson Mother Nature has been trying to teach us for millennia. And finally, we're getting it. Let's hope we learn this well. Let's hope we understand in our bones that whatever goes around comes around. That each one of us is connected, not just to family, born or chosen, not just to friends, not just to the neighbours we actually like, not just to our fellow citizens in this belligerent little island, but to each and every beating human heart in this world that shares our fear, anger, hope, love. We're better than we think we are, and fighting over food in a supermarket's aisles is just a distraction. Wake up! It's time to step up, and millions upon millions are doing exactly that, reaching out to those around them, caring for the other in countless small ways, ways whose cumulative power could move mountains, could turn this world around. Because it's quieter now, and we are really listening to each other, we are really seeing each other, and this could be a turning of the tide, a time when a sea change sweeps across our nation, across our world, birthing new ways of being, heralded in by a whole country clapping and cheering, standing on doorsteps, sending forth love into the night. By Italians who sang out their hearts from their balconies, serenading their neighbours' courage. By Brazilians in their favelas who drummed a demand in the darkness, samba with spoons on pots and pans, letting their ruthless leader know there will be a reckoning. An uprising everywhere of we who are tired of excuses from the privileged view. We who are angry at grown men who behave like spoilt children. We who see the burden falling, as it has always done, on the shoulders of those least able to carry it. It's quiet enough now that at long last we can hear each other, but we can also hear the creatures of the earth and the earth itself. Our skies, lucid blue, clear of contrails, the air going clean into our lungs, every breath a tiny miracle which we no longer take for granted. This worldwide pause of breathing space, showing us what might be if we choose. And the sun falls on emptied streets and on greening fields and on budding trees, as if nothing has changed, as if nothing in the world has gone astray. And when I run through the city cemetery, squirrels scatter and stare at this hasty human, glad to be living, seizing the day. It's quieter now, and when I listen, I can hear wind chimes in a tree somewhere, catching the air, they ring and ring, and a blackbird singing, soothsaying, telling us This could be spring. This could be spring.